The ocean is visibly a very beautiful place, and there are many things that live in it and even add to its beauty. These creatures need places to live, sleep, lay eggs, and the coral reef is a big part of it. Besides being home to one of the largest ecosystems, it also helps protect us. It protects the shores from storms and surge water, and a quote from Reef Relief says, barrier reefs such as Florida's were named for the way they reduce waves and buffer their shores. In other words, it's basically just saying that we need to protect the reefs to protect us. Today we're going to talk about climate change and sunscreen and the negative effects they have on the coral reefs. Climate change is the number one natural effect on the coral reefs decaying. Climate change causes coral bleaching, which basically means that the sun heats up the water and the water heats up the algae, and the algae leaves, leaving behind a white skeleton, which is in a sense coral bleaching. Bleaching meaning that skeleton becomes white. There's so far been mainly light and patchy bleaching up until about 2016, 2017 when a really big one hit. Temperatures have been up 0.9 to 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit over the March average, and then in parts of national parks, bleaching has been up 3.6 to 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit above the average. And those were places that avoided the bleaching before. Recovering is very possible, but there has to be very mild bleaching, and mild meaning that not the whole thing is bleached. A quote from Canadian Press says, if it cools down a bit, they'll recover, or if not, we may head off into something not too different from 2016 and 2017. We're at the fork in the road. Now that we've talked about climate change, we're going to talk about sunscreen. Sunscreen, scientists are saying is that sunscreen is more of a negative effect than climate change, meaning because there's one chemical in sunscreen that is very toxic to the algae, which is called oxybenzone, and it also stunts the growth of the reefs. So I have a couple pictures here. This picture is from 1980. As you can see, there's very many colors, a lot of fish. It's just really pretty overall. This is from around the 2000s area. There's not many more. As you can see, there's not as many fish, and there's not as much color as there was in the first one. And then this is from 2019. As you can see, there's no fish, there's no color, it's all just white. This is the result of climate change and sunscreen together. Now that we've talked about those two things, we now are able to be more attentive to the products we use, and we can see more of the severity that comes from climate change. And